Well, my name is Top Price, class of 2025, point guard. Um, I'm from Morgantown, Kentucky, and I play high school at Butler County High School. And this summer I played for Vanderbilt Elite. Well, first and foremost, I'm a competitor. I also feel like I'm the best shooter in my class, and I feel like I can make high level reads in pick and roll, create shots for my teammates, and play with a high IQ. Um, um, I feel like I can defend at a high level. Being a smaller guard, I feel like I can get up under whoever I'm guarding and, just cause them problems, make them uncomfortable. And I think this year I'm actually averaging like 2.3 steals a game, so I can get in the passing lanes too, and just make plays on the defensive end as well. Um, I've really been hitting my offhand a lot lately. Just continuing to make it more of an option and more comfortable, whether it's dribbling or finishing or passing. I would also say, obviously, it's not a uh, like a weakness, but just continuing to extend my range and shoot it farther out off the dribble, like catching with either foot and shooting off either foot. And I'll also say just making my floater an even higher percentage shot to where it's just very consistent. I'll definitely say defense because most of the time, people look at me, they probably don't think I can defend just being a smaller guard. Um, but yeah, I definitely think I can cause problems on defense for whoever I'm guarding and just pressure the ball at a high level and get up under them. I would also say that my passing is probably something else that's underrated, especially like people are starting to see it now because my assist numbers have really gone up. But just being able to read the defense and uh, pass at an elite level with either hand, uh, going at any speed, like I've really worked on that, and I feel like that's definitely something that's underrated about my game. There's a few players that I watch, and I try to take certain things from each player. So like Trey Young, of course, his shooting ability, but just what he can do in the pick and roll is like, I mean, they're getting the shot they want every time. His floater, his floater is knocked down, but he also, I mean, he can throw lobs at any time, and he just like he can pick apart a defense and pick and roll. And then obviously, studying Steph Curry and his shooting ability, Dame Lillard, I like to watch him a lot. Um, and like Luka Doncic, like he never gets sped up. His change of pace is like, I mean, it's just like it looks like he's playing in slow motion, but he's out there killing dudes. And his footwork is also something that I study a lot. Like just taking certain things from certain players that they do well, things that they do well, and trying to implement it in my game is something that I'll try to do. I would say I probably have been playing since second or third grade. It was just some uh, junior pro team in my school, but I really started taking it serious about my seventh grade year. I met Greg and started training, and even gave up football, which I really enjoyed playing, just to really just lock in and try to take this thing as far as I can. It's funny because I was actually better at football than I was at basketball. Like I was a starting quarterback before I quit, and I mean I was getting like offensive MVP every year and stuff. But I don't know. I decided basketball is what I wanted to do, so I had to give it up and play basketball year round, and I mean it's worked out pretty good so far. So, um, well, obviously, just after a year of work, my game has gotten much better. I think I'm making more threes per game as well, and my shooting off the dribble has gotten better. I think like 95% of my threes that I make and that I shoot are all off the dribble. So that's definitely an improvement since last year. And also just drawing contact and drawing fouls and getting those easy points is something that's helped my scoring average go up. And just always staying aggressive, trying to push the ball because we like to play fast. So that's another thing that's also helped me is just getting up and down, more possessions, just getting easy buckets, whether it be free throws or layups or floaters, has also helped too. I would say one thing that I love about it is just it kind of, you can go to the gym anytime and it'll just take your mind off of things. No matter what you're going through, you can just focus for that amount of time on just getting better, and that's the only thing that matters at that time. So I would say that's one thing that I just love about basketball, and also just the just trying to perfect your game and see how good you can actually get. Like I love that challenge every day. Just trying to get better every day. Like I don't really know what it is, but it's just something that's always drawn me to the game. Just trying to be the best player I can be. So definitely, because I've always had good grades. So I think basketball really translates a lot to life as far as just how you carry yourself, how you carry yourself in school and take grades and stuff seriously. So I would say that, yeah, just trying to be the best you can be in basketball also helps you off the court, whether you're trying to be the best, brother or mentor for somebody or trying to be the best student you can be. I feel like that definitely carries over. So I've actually went on quite a few visits here lately. I've been to Auburn, I've been to Indiana, Oklahoma, Western Kentucky University, Louisville, and St. Louis University. And I'm actually going back to Auburn next weekend for a visit, and also Mississippi State and Memphis. I'm currently setting up dates for those to take visits there, take unofficials there. And Texas has just recently reached out, showing interest. They're probably the most recent ones to reach out, but yeah, it's the recruitment's been great so far. It's very exciting, and just getting to know the coaching staffs and about the school's program is just it's all been great. I would say that I would say that each school has kind of stood out to me in a different way. Like every school has. I wouldn't say there's any school ahead of another one. I would just say that, you know, just continuing to build a relationship with the coaching staff and learn about the program has been my main focus, just going through this stage. So I would say that, every visit has been different and has stood out to me in a different way and has been great. So, um, but not really one ahead of another right now, I wouldn't say. I love to play fast and get up and down. I like a lot of sets with pick and roll because I feel like my reads and pick and roll are pretty high level. But just down and playing fast and playing freely is definitely something I look for when it comes to play style. As far as culture, obviously a winning culture, you know, and as far as the staff, like a relationship with the whole staff is very important to me when it comes to deciding uh, my junior or senior year. But I would say that location isn't something that's necessarily deciding factor for me. It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's 20 minutes down the road or if it's 5 hours down the road. For me, just whatever's the best fit, and wherever I have the best relationship with staff is definitely what's most important to me. Well, growing up in Kentucky, it's always been UK has been my dream school. But as I got older and recruitment has picked up and it's actually became real to me that it's not necessarily my dream school. Like it's not necessarily the deciding factor for me. It's more just about the best fit and um, my relationship. So definitely when I was growing up, being from Kentucky, it's always been UK. But you know, right now with school being in, obviously I have school during the day, but we usually practice right after school, and then I'll kind of take a break because the girls have to practice, and then I'll come back and get a workout. Some of my teammates will join every now and then usually after that workout, I get some shots up, just trying to groove my shot out, make sure it feels good, especially if we got a game tomorrow or something. Um, and then on the weekends, it's usually 3 workouts a day, where the first one is usually strength and agility, just continue to get me faster and get me more athletic. And then the second one is usually skill work, whether it's something I might not have been doing well in the game before, just working on or like pivots or ball handling. And then the third workout is usually shooting, just extending my range, perfecting my shot. But that's pretty much what it looks like right now with school being in. During the summer, it can kind of get a little wild as far as 3 to 4 workouts a day, maybe just depending on you know how many times we can get in the gym or if I'm playing that weekend or not with AAU. But yeah, I definitely and I know also you could kind of include like yoga and stretching and film study. It's not really a workout, but that's definitely something that I've picked up here over the last few months that's helped my game. So um, during the summer, it can get kind of wild though as far as my workout regimen, but I
Yeah.
love it. Not burning out. It's just I haven't got to where I want to get yet. Obviously, that's down the road. So I just want to make sure that I get everything out of the tank as far as being the best player I can be and trying to maximize my potential. So I think that's one thing that's just you know doesn't make me get bored of it or burn out. I think it's just that constant hunger and motivation to get to where I want to be is just kept me going over these past few years for sure. I would say short term is definitely to win 3 region championships. Cause see, in Kentucky we only have one state champion, so it's a little bit different when it comes to winning state championships. But definitely winning 3 region championships, one this year, and then my last 2 years of high school, and uh, at least winning one state championship. And I feel like this year it'll be a little hard because we've got a very young team, but we can definitely win region this year. But I feel like my last 2 years of high school, we would definitely have a chance to push for a state championship. Um, and then as far as long term goals, obviously play Division 1, um, and eventually become an NBA player and just play professionally and maximize my potential and become the best player I can be. Is basically my long term goals. There's a few things I do outside of basketball. Obviously, it takes up a lot of my time, um, but I mean, I like going to church. I like just chilling and spending time with my family or friends. I like listening to music a lot, and I like shoes. I like shoes a lot and clothes, like fashion. So I would say just, but for the most part, what I do the most outside of basketball would be just chilling with my family or friends and just hanging out. Say on the court, obviously my mentality is a lot different than off the court as far as, I'm trying to win. I'm competitive on the court. Can sometimes be a butthole if you're playing against me, but that's just my mindset when I'm on the court, just trying to win. I would say that very confident on the court, and just just having that competitive edge is definitely something that's in my DNA when I'm on the court. I would say off the court, I'm very humble. I would say that um, I'm kind of relaxed and chill when it comes to just being off the court. Now sometimes if I'm with my friends or something, we might get riled up and have fun or laugh a lot, but for the most part, like just chilling and relaxing off the court, saving all that energy for when I'm on the court. So I would say tough. I would say determined and passionate. So basically, I've kind of went through a lot of hard times growing up, just just having a lot of loss in my family. My mom actually passed away when I was 6 years old. So and my dad at the time was he was a firefighter, but he also owned a farm, a pretty big farm. So I spent a lot of my time with my grandparents because he had to work after my mom passed away. And so then my dad's dad, who I spent all my time with, ended up passing away just a year or two after my mom passed away. So that was pretty rough for me. And then my dad has basically raised me up until he just recently passed away. About it'll almost be 2 years here in a few months. So um, and so that was obviously very hard for me. And then my brother, who I grew up with, well, he's actually my half brother, so he's a lot older than me, but um, we was really close growing up, and he was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer, and they only gave him about a year to live, but he ended up living, I think it was right at 4 years, which was obviously a blessing. But he ended up passing away just this last August, so that was very tough for me. And then my mom's dad passed away about a month after that, and I didn't get to see him very much though because he lived in Phoenix, Arizona. But he did get to come down for my brother's funeral, which was good. But he passed away about a month after that, and then my mom's mom is actually sick in the hospital right now, just dealing with. Obviously, she's older, but she's just dealing with some sickness right now. So I've definitely experienced a lot growing up, um, and I think it's also helped me become, the player and the person that I am. Though I feel like uh, God doesn't give us nothing that we can't handle. So, I just try to always keep that mindset that, you know, this was his plan. He's preparing me for something better in the future. So, but yeah, I've definitely experienced some hard times growing up. So I would just say, obviously you want to make them proud. Saying, and, they're always watching. So I just feel like, that keeps me even more in line as far as, workouts or games or anything of that nature. So just, yeah, it definitely motivates me to make them proud and just do the best I can for them. Um, and I would say that, it's also I think that's one reason I'm as focused as I am is because, I kind of had to grow up fast, losing my parents. So I would say that my mindset is kind of somebody who might be 2 or 3 years older than me. I just feel like I'm so focused on my goals that it's not kind of normal for somebody my age to be that locked in. But I just feel like it's definitely made me mature, made me grow up fast, and just made me grateful for every opportunity that I get, whether it be on the court or off the court, and just grateful for every moment that I get. So I would definitely say my faith in God has kept me grounded through it all. Just knowing that I can always rely on Him and go to Him if I'm struggling with anything, or just I would say also just reading the Bible and learning about the Scripture and what He tells us, and just always believing and trusting in Him and putting my faith in Him and knowing that it's going to be all right. Uh, no matter what he throws at us, it's nothing more than we can handle. So definitely my faith in God has kept me grounded um, throughout the things that I face. And I would also say basketball, just because, like I said earlier, it just kind of takes your mind off of things if you go to the gym and, get a workout in or, kind of sweat all those emotions out. That is definitely, basketball has definitely helped me, just take my mind off it at times if I'm, struggling with something or, missing them or something. Like I can always turn to basketball and always turn to God. So and my family and friends around me have been very supportive and just help me get through it. So yeah, it's obviously changed since when we first met. He was just my trainer basically. He would take me to my events and stuff just because my dad had to work, but um, it's definitely changed since then. Basically, him and my sister take care of me, so he's took on a bigger role than he used to have, and it's been nothing but a blessing because he's always there for me on and off the court. Obviously, he's helped my game get to where it's at right now, but also off the court, I can always talk to him if I'm, you know, maybe missing my dad or brother or my mom or something. He's always there to try to help me feel better and just always somebody I can go to as an outlet. So it's just been a blessing. I would definitely say my dad, just having to raise me by himself when mom passed away at such a young age. And he also, he was a firefighter, so he worked a lot, but he also ran a big farm. So I think that's definitely where I get my work ethic from, is from him, because you know, I actually grew up trying to help him on the farm. I always try to get out there and help him. But it's a lot of hard work and hard labor. So that's definitely where I get my work ethic from in basketball. So definitely just looking up to him for just being a great father and always taking care of me. But I would also say, as far as like athletes, I really look up to like Oscar Sheway or Tim Tebow or Tua Tagovailoa, because they're like very expressive in their faith, and like Tua always mentions it in his interviews. All glory to God. So I just think that's something that I try to do as well. Being a follower of God is just, and Oscar's great about it, but I would just say like I look up to them a lot, for being very expressive in their faith, but also being, high level athletes. It would be great to meet him though. It would definitely be great to meet him. My first purchase would probably definitely be a house for my sister and probably a house for Greg too. Just make sure my family's taken care of. But I'll definitely try to save my money after that. And let it build up a little bit before I start splurging a little bit. But definitely just first thing would be take care of my family and make sure they're good. So I would say just I can't really name who specifically has said it. It's probably been multiple people, but just to always chase your dreams. Don't let nobody tell you you can't reach them, and to just stay working and stay hungry. It's probably been the best advice. To just continue to chase my dreams, and whatever I want to achieve, I can achieve it as long as I put my mind to it. So definitely just for serving God, giving my glory, or to glorify God's name, is just what's most important to me. So at the end of the day, basketball is great and all that, but um, the most important thing to me is just being known for being a follower of God and giving my life to Him. So it would be to first and foremost just put your faith and trust in God, because He can guide you through anything you may struggle with or experience in life. And so that would definitely be the first thing I would say. But also to just whatever you want to do, you can do it if you just really work at it and continue to chase it until you get it. So I would say, always just put your faith in God and trust in Him. Um, he'll always be there for you. And then the second thing would just be to, chase your dreams, and whatever you want to do, you can achieve it. Don't let anybody tell you you can't. So just stay hungry and stay motivated, and, whatever you want to do, you can do it.